Shout out to everyone who can't remember the last time you were in a Target. Can't remember. Ooh, feels so good. Oh, because we got laughed at. Oh, the tweets were flying. The jokes were everywhere. Boycott. What's that going to do? We represent 1.8 trillion in spending power. We'll show you what it's going to do. Should I tell you, he first had to take a pay cut and now he's gone because that company has lost over $12 billion since our black asses got organized and said, we're not shopping there.
Big changes are shaking up Target. After more than a decade leading the company, CEO Brian Cornell is officially stepping down. And while Target is calling it a smooth leadership transition, the truth is there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. Welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. I'm Amy. Let's talk about why Cornell is out, who's replacing him, and how Black Americans online are reacting to all of it.
Imagine being the CEO that spearheaded the removal of DEI incentives, initiatives, programs within the company, right? You didn't think about the possible loss in profit. You didn't do the research to check and see in which demographic your top consumers lie in. No, instead, because of your possibly racist ass, possibly allegedly, guidelines, you jumped at the opportunity. You jumped at the chance to finally remove DEI programs from the company as soon as Donald Trump signed that executive order in January. Not even a full 7 months, 8 months. After 11 years with the company, you have to they announce that you are going to be stepping down. You lost your job. You are no longer the CEO of the company. All because your possibly racist ass wanted to make it more unfair for people of color in the workplace. We're talking about Target, by the way. We're talking about Target. Yes, you heard correctly. Because now we can say that, the former CEO of Target and Target has announced today that he will be stepping down as CEO. And I want to make it very clear to you guys. Anytime they say that they're stepping down, that is code for, I got to leave before they fire me. I got to leave before they fire me. And the reason why he got to leave before they fire him is because on Wednesday, Target sales fell for the third consecutive quarter, right? In total, for year to date, Target stocks have fallen exactly 30%. 30%. They're losing a lot of money. A lot of money. 11 years with the company. By the way, they're not even letting him finish out this year so he can have an even 12. Nah, you got to get the hell out of here. It's August. It's about to be fucking September. Might as well let him finish this, the year. But they're like, nah, not one more quarter. You don't get another quarter out of 2025. So after 11 years of being with the company, because of that idiotic decision in removing DEI, you lost your job in less than 7 to 8 months. You lost your job. Can you imagine? The icing on the cake is his replacement. I'm pretty sure he probably also, was excited about being able to remove DEI programs and incentives and whatever for the company so that he didn't have to worry about his replacement possibly being a person of color. Whole time, his replacement is a former intern of the company. You probably trained him. You probably trained him for your job. That's crazy. And yet, he's not really leaving Target. He will still be an executive. But I want you guys to understand the difference in that pay cut. Oh, he's going to feel. He's definitely going to feel. He's not the CEO no more. He's not the CEO no more. And he would have continued making the big bucks had he just leave the DEI programs alone. They weren't bothering anybody. They weren't hurting anybody. And in fact, it was actually helping the sales and the stock and the profit margin for Target.
First of all, let's talk about the facts. Well, Brian Cornell will hand over the CEO role on February 1st, 2026, and he's not leaving the company completely. He'll become executive chair, but leadership of Target will shift to long-term insider Michael Fidelk, who's been the COO for years. Now, Wall Street didn't exactly cheer. Investors had hoped for an outsider who could reset the company's image and operations, and instead, they got a promotion from within, and that disappointment showed instantly. The stock fell about 6 to 7% after the announcement. Why is this happening? Target has been struggling, sales have slipped, profits are down, and shoppers just don't feel like the magic of Thursday the way they used to. And on top of that, the company's retreat from diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts like scaling back pride displays sparked real backlash. And you might have heard about the Target fast earlier this year when Reverend Jamal Bryant and others called on consumers, especially black shoppers, to avoid Target during Lent. And the NAACP even issued an advisory telling Black Americans to spend intentionally with businesses that truly support them. All of this added fuel to the fire and made Target's leadership look shaky.
Target CEO stepped down, and let me tell you exactly what the fuck they're going to do. They're going to put a black man or a black woman in there to try to clean up the mess or clean up the image, and then everybody's going to blame that black woman or black man or that person of color that's going to be in that position of power for everything that this CEO that stepped down caused. At the end of the day, they do this literally. If you're in corporate, you understand. They choose the black and brown people that work the hardest in the stores to be part of corporate, and then they use them as targets to clean up the mess that they created.
Did y'all see that the CEO of Target is stepping down? Yeah, Brian Cornell, he gonna be stepping down from CEO and transitioning to executive chair in 2026 because we were successful in our boycotts and Target done lost $12 billion. Yeah, $12 billion since the boycott. Because we don't play a y'all want to be racist and y'all want to start this DEI boo. Two could play that fucking game. Two could play that game and we could play it better because we the one with the money. We the one giving you the money. Now you can't have none. How about that? How about that, Target? Y'all want to be racist to the people with the money. Now you can't have none.
You know, when you decide to scale back on your DEI initiatives and you lose $12 billion in revenue, and then you notice a 21% net income loss during the second quarter of this year, I guess I will step down as CEO, as the CEO of Target, Mr. Brian Cornell. I think you have made a good decision. And me and thousands of other Americans decided to boycott Target. And I'm still boycotting Target. So I wish I felt sorry for Target, but I do not feel sorry for Target.
Now, there's also a lot of misinformation floating around online. Let's clear some of it up. First of all, that claim that Target completely ended Pride, that is false. Pride items weren't erased, they were reduced and relocated, and you could still buy them in stores and online. Claim 2, that boycott calls were just internet talk. That was wrong again. The boycott was organized, it had visible support, and it landed at the same time Target sales were already sliding. So while it's easy to dismiss the backlash as drama, it's definitely had real-world impact. So what about the new guy, Michael Fidelk? He's been with Target for 2 decades, which means he knows the system inside and out. But that also means he has to prove he can deliver real change, not just more of the same. And analysts are already pointing to his to-do list. Fix merchandising, in which Target built its name on affordable style and trendy finds. That spark needs to come back. Secondly is improve in-store experience. Shoppers want clean stores, stock shelves, and great service. Compete on pride and tech, which means Walmart and Amazon aren't slowing down, so Target needs to sharper pricing and smarter technology. Now, here's my take. Picking an insider can work, but only if Fidelk proves it with receipts. That means publishing clear goals for representation in leadership, guaranteeing shelf space for Black-owned brands, showing concrete steps on pay equity and inclusion, and honestly bringing back the vibe. People want Target to feel like Target again, curated, fun, and stylish, not just another blunt big box. So bottom line, Brian Cornell steps down February 1st, Michael Fidelk steps in, and Target's future is going to depend on whether this outsider can deliver big, the outsider level change. But what do you think? Is promoting from inside the right move, or should Target have gone with a bold new leader? And for you personally, what would it take for you to feel good about shopping at Target again, if that is even possible? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories. This is Amy with Trending Pulse Worldwide. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed.